Yeah, good evening, viewers. Today is the first day of our next course on public water supply system collection, conveyance, treatment and distribution, right? In this course, which we are going to launch in this series actually, today being the first lecture on this particular course, we will try to give an overview of the course so that you keep it in mind that which components we are going to sort of discuss in this particular lecture series. And you see that the public water supply system, the collection, conveyance, treatment, and that would be the conventional treatment also. And you know that that would be the distribution. That means after the water gets treated, if the treatment is offered or required at all, because it may be so that the raw water is so good, you don't need to treat it, right? Only you have to sort of distribute directly or indirectly through the elevated reservoir to the public distribution system or the the beneficiaries of the public water supply system, users. Now, starting from that, actually the surface water source, as we have already spoken about the particular the theory, principles and the course outlines we have already discussed in our environmental engineering 1 course or so. Okay. This particular course, we have kept an eye to the competitive examination. So we have kept in mind the competitive examination in mind, so that those of you who are in the final years of undergraduate this program in civil engineering or maybe in other streams also, and you are preparing for various competitive examinations like GATE for master's program in engineering. Also, the GATE is used or the GATE score is considered for recruitment in various public sector undertakings also. So the importance of GATE is sort of needless to mention, all of you know. And those of you who already have passed out, suppose this undergraduate programs, and you are going to write or appear for the such examinations like GATE or UPSC or the state PSC. You know that Public Service Commission, various states have got their own Public Service Commission through which they recruit in the position, normally the entry position assistant engineer also. This may vary from state to state, but normally assistant engineer, the entry point or position. Then this in different departments also. Civil engineering, as you know, that it has got a wide domain, and there is much scope, lots of scope to serve the public in different ways also. Like one is that, say, PWD, that is the housing or buildings or so. So that come under the purview of the Public Works Department or PWD. Then irrigation, as you understand, you must have studied that irrigation in your undergraduate programs. And also this transportation, that also comes under that PWD, roads also, transport and all. Then it has got also the public health engineering department in different names that exist actually in different states also. But very common, nomenclature or the names of the department happens to be the public health engineering department also, right? But in other, the water and the wastewater or water, and sewerage, this works in different names that may exist also. So in what I am trying to say, that in different, competitive examinations, you can, one just minute, okay, it's okay, Louis. Different competitive examinations, you can sort of, you can appear or you can write, and this particular course, I hope that this would be very much useful for all of you who desire to secure, a position in the government level, be it state government or central government or public undertakings or enterprises also, where this knowledge actually will be very, very, useful also, right? And in engineering, as you know, that obviously theory is important, because what we have covered already in water supply, the environmental engineering 1 course also, the theory we have already, we have discussed in that course. And keeping that in background also, if you have got any sort of, difficulties in understanding the theory or theory and principles of different, components of the water supply system. In fact, that, the water supply, public water supply system has got, couple of components. So this actually starts from the collection, as you understand. Okay, let me 1 minute, please. It's not operating. Why? Something is wrong, I think. Okay, we will continue. We'll see that afterwards. We'll check. So this actually, what I was trying to tell you, that it starts from collection, and for public water supply system, first and foremost, technical, consideration is your water source, raw water source. And this raw water source I have discussed in details earlier, but just I will touch upon for the sake of that, the design to sort of be discussed. Gradually we will enter into the design or the numerical problems also, how to solve different types of problems relating to that collection. And then after collection, in case of surface water source, you have to collect through some suitable, means also, like intake works also, right? We have to provide the intake structure also, the intake facilities for collecting the surface water also. And this may be a river, or this surface water may happen to be, the reservoir also, and different, types of surface water, that, sources may be there. So I am not, in fact, going into the details of this, the surface water, because already we have covered this. Okay. Also, we are not going, to discuss in detail the different types of intake these structures. Okay, like that the reservoir intake, the river intake, then from suppose there is a dam or so, from there you are taking this one, or say just beneath the bed or so, the surface water, how to tap it. Different ways you can do. Sometimes the floating this intake also. So I am not going to discuss in details regarding this. What we will rather emphasize, that is the how to solve the numerical problems relating to this the collection, then conveyance, how to transmit or convey this collected water to the treatment plant. As I have already written here, you see that the collection of raw water through intake works. So first is it is surface water source. For groundwater source, in fact, the procedure is little different, because groundwater quality is normally good also, and a minimal treatment is required. Many a time, most of the time, only disinfection may sort of solve the problem of or solve that, or that complete the treatment also, and then it is supplied to the public or the beneficiaries also, right, through the public distribution system. So groundwater supply also relatively is very relatively is much simple compared to the surface water source, because the surface water, as I have already discussed, surface water has got different contaminants also. So that is why a rigorous treatment is required. And for public water supply system, this actually treatment is limited to the conventional treatment system also, because very elaborate treatment or very special kind of treatment, suppose for example you have got the problems of heavy metals, or you have got the problems of pesticides, or you have got the problems of iron or fluoride or arsenic, or different kinds of problems, special problems or so, that normally are not taken into consideration for public water supply system, because this actually, public water supply system has to be, always we have to keep in mind that this has to be, affordable, right? Say, I have already, in my last course, last time also I told, I discussed that if suppose a a bottled water, what we very often purchase from different sources, particularly that railway journey or during journey time also, so that actually or for domestic purposes also, we are nowadays actually opting for the very pure water also for drinking also. So this actually needs special treatment, like reverse osmosis means RO, or ED, electrodialysis also, membrane separation also, ultra filtration, UA. Many a time you will see that on the AWWA or this particular water purifier also in your domestic domain also, what we regularly use. So there also you will see that quite a sort of special treatment and series of treatments like ultra filtration, then RO or ED also, most of the cases RO also, then UV radiation also for disinfection. So that actually these are followed. But in conventional treatment we cannot do that, because one bottle of water, as you have seen, 1 liter is costing say minimum 10 rupees to 15 rupees or so, right? Whereas for public water supply system, actually to distribute that public, it has to be affordable. What I was trying to sort of tell you, that this actually hardly you see that 5 rupees to 10 rupees or so per kiloliter, means 1000 liters. That actually the production cost normally remains in the range of 5 rupees to 10 rupees. So you understand the difference. One is 1 liter, 10 to 15 rupees, another is 1000 liters, 5 to 10 rupees or so. Many a time for the city which is very away from the river, the transmission cost actually that takes lion's share of the treatment or the water production cost also. There it may be that for example is for the city of say Bangalore or so, where the river cover is quite far, 100 kilometers plus or so. So there actually the transmission cost actually that is quite heavy. So there actually the total production or water cost that may come or may be as high as 15 rupees or so. But usually, 5 to 10 rupees for the very general this city or a general case rather you can say. So we are, what I was trying to say, that we are not going to discuss the groundwater now. At this point of time, we are skipping the groundwater source, because this is just different types of pumping, the pumping and then distribution, this one many a time this go via elevated reservoir also, or this may go directly to the public distribution system also, that already I have discussed in water distribution also. So surface water source we will restrict the sort of the production or supply system, water supply system for public water supply system also, that happens to be limited or restricted to the surface water source also, because this is very common. And for medium, town to very big cities like metropolitan or megapolitan cities or so, that actually mostly the raw water source happens to be surface water also, like river or reservoir or so. Then collection of raw water through intake, as I have already told. So we have to first design the intake structure, like intake works also. I will come later, that when we will enter into the solving of different types of problems relating to the intake or the collection also. The different types of systems exist for collection of water, different types of intakes. So we will take one or two or so, and then you will understand that. Then second, that is that the conveyance of raw water. That means when the water is collected or so, then you have to convey or transmit the water to the treatment plant. As most of the treatment or public water supply systems has got conventional treatment plant or so, through which actually the water is treated and finally distributed to the beneficiaries or the public also, through the network system, the public this distribution system, or the water distribution network or system also. I will come later here. We will see that. Directly to the public distribution system, as I have told, that if the surface water is so good or so, it doesn't need much treatment except say the disinfection also. Then with a very very common disinfection process, or in public water supply system, the common disinfection system happens to be that chlorination also, right? Because UV radiation, that actually is an advanced this one, and that adds cost and also skill to operate that and maintain also that maintenance becomes problem for that. So the easiest or the simplest one is the chlorination also, right? The candidate disinfection systems are there. I have already covered this, in the environmental engineering 1 course or so, so I am not going to discuss this once again. Now the conventional water treatment already I have discussed, so that actually has got different units also, the plain sedimentation or settling, then coagulation in coagulant aided settling, then next is that the flocculation also, right? So that also for coagulant aided sort of settling also, then settling of coagulated water also, then comes filtration, rapid gravity sand filtration system, RSF, slow sand filtration also SSF. In this context, let me tell you that the rapid gravity sand filtration system is rather more common, which I have already discussed in the course, that is environmental engineering 1 or so. Rapid gravity, sand filtration or RSF as abbreviated also. So that is very common because that requires much less area also compared to the slow sand filtration system also. But it needs backwashing also, this kind of, a little bit of, skillful, facilities are to be provided or installed for that rapid gravity sand, but that is actually, not very advanced also or very sophisticated also. That actually in the cities, even the public water supply, this system also, in that actually the rapid sand filtration system is a very, a very formatted kind of system also, very routine kind of, process that, is followed in public water supply system also. Then comes, after filtration, the disinfection with chemical coagulants only. We will not go for, beyond that chemical coagulants, but like natural coagulants also, or other types of this coagulant, that we will not go. We will restrict this to the disinfection with chemical coagulants as it is done for the public water supply system. And then the distribution of treated or finished water also through the public distribution or water distribution system. Now this actually here, this public for public water distribution system, I think I remember that I discussed, but just I will touch upon that one. So that once it is sort of coming from the treatment plant, say this is the water treatment plant also, right? And from here, that is actually transmitted to the public through public distribution system, and that may be like that, suppose open-ended type, right? So this is like that. So here some localities, here some localities, so that is there actually, right? So there the supply, that as you notice here, that this is open-ended, right? So this is called the dead iron system also. That is very, very old system also. Nowadays in most of the distribution system, that actually follows the network kind of system. That means closed system, closed conduit system. And if you just, connect this one here like that, right? And that suppose going like that, the distribution like that, the water supply is being done from this different nodes also, right? And but this is closed, right? So that we will discuss in more details. That is a network system also. You can have more networks like that also, complex network systems. So how to sort of design such a system, that we will discuss in this. Now at the very outset, let me sort of discuss, or let me tell you that for public water supply system, or in water supply engineering also, the knowledge of the hydraulics, because that the hydraulics that is a basic specialization in civil engineering. So one has to understand very thoroughly understand the hydraulics or the hydraulic considerations of the water supply engineering also. So hydraulics is very, very important, and then chemistry also for particularly for the treatment, this one like coagulation, flocculation, or say disinfection also. They are actually the treatment kinetics or treatment phenomenon, a procedure one has to understand, and by understanding that you can operate the treatment plan, also design, of course, planning and design all actually in a rather engineered way also. So an engineer is supposed to understand this, otherwise simply skipping that one and jumping onto the treatment plant design and its operation and maintenance, that will not be efficient kind of operation or so. So that is where this is also important. Now we will today we are trying to give you an overview, right? So that is why I am not going into the details. So we will start with the intake, the design or so. So that actually from the next class or so, right? So you will see that this particular course on public water supply engineering system, that also collection, conveyance and all. So that actually that will cover the total water supply system, right from the collection to the distribution also, right? And this actually is a very very common or very essential to understand this public water supply system for an engineer who will be dealing with the public health engineering or water supply, sewerage board, or whatever the names actually come. But ultimately you have to understand the water supply engineering also, how it works, how it is planned, how it is designed also, that you need to understand that. Okay. And this course is tailored, what I was going to tell you, that this course is tailored in such a manner that you can more or less we will follow the AICTE, that is All India Council for Technical Education, primarily that the syllabus on the water supply part also of environmental engineering, and because that is the domain of our, that should be the domain of our discussion also, so that during or in competitive examinations also that syllabus is followed also. So that is why we will follow that AICTE, this one. We will in this course we will solve different different components of water supply, this one, and so that you understand that how to solve the numerical problems, how to design a sort of the components of water supply system or so in a way so that you feel confident, right? After attending this course, you feel confident to attempt to solve these numerical problems or design problems in the competitive examinations, as I have already mentioned, like UPSC and all, and GATE and all. So I should say that this course will be very, very important for all of you, those who are who desire to get into the government or big or reputed public undertakings or so through GATE scores or so, and different posts or positions for public Union Public Service Commission, means central government, then the state governments also, and the GATE already mentioned. So for these examinations, so that you gain, so you know, that a full understanding of that. And also, like the earlier one, we will have the opportunity to interact one-to-one or so, or say, I mean, through group-wise also, right? So the details, as I have discussed earlier also, so that details, whosoever will be interested to, I mean, register in that course, they will be given the details of regarding the subscription or so, and how to get that the videos, and the frequency of uploading of videos or so, and then interactions, and then practice problems also. So all will be, you know, I mean, included in that actually, I mean, communications after you register also. So again, let me sort of, I mean, emphasize the need for, I mean, taking this type of course, so that civil engineering students or pass outs also, they feel more confident, right, to write and for this examination, competitive examination, they can crack or they can efficiently, you know, I mean, clear these examinations also. So with that hope, actually, we will sort of, I mean, today we will conclude here, because from next day we will take that different components also. And here again, let me tell you that it will not be a sort of descriptive or subjective kind of this one, because this is already covered. Or those who have not, suppose, attended or studied that one, I will advise them to follow some books also. I will name those books, very common books you can follow, and you can sort of, I mean, gain the basic knowledge, right, theory, principles, etc. In connection with different, I mean, components also. So I will not go there. I will straight away take this one, design or numerical problems. Only thing what I will do, I will just, I mean, give some introductory or useful, you know, I mean, equations, or discuss some basic approaches also to solve the problems, numerical problems, and to do the design problems also. So that will be restricted to that. Please do not expect any theory or principle here in this particular course. Okay, so that will be our, you know, I mean, approach for this particular, I mean, course to be discussed in details also. And this has been designed or devised rather for an entire semester, you can say. So suppose we are starting from July. Today is 23rd July, right? So we will, I mean, keep on uploading that one, for those who will be registering, and I mean, it will be open for, I mean, very few, you know, I mean, video, you know, I mean, our lecture sessions will be kept open also. So I will keep this one open for all, right, through YouTube. So those who will be interested, you can see that one, or if you have done the course on that, they can contact or interact with me to get the link, the YouTube links also. So time to time we will upload that one, and we will sort of we will keep it open to the registered, you know, I mean, students and the professionals only. So for today it is, I mean, here we will end up this particular session. So thank you so much for your patient, you know, I mean, hearing and understanding about this course. Thank you so much. Okay.